On 23rd September, clashes broke out between Assam police and villagers during an eviction drive in Gorukhoti in Sipajhar, Assam, leaving 2 villagers dead and 11 policemen injured. Immediately, the demonization of the Assam police and the administration began.
It is being agreed with the government of Assam that there will be peaceful eviction drive. Who has instigated? How these people could carry lathi, dao, everything? I think you cannot demean government of Assam by one with 6 to 30-second video.
Team NIJ visited the spot to understand the situation better.
Hello and welcome to New India Junction. This is Richa Dwivedi reporting from Gorukhoti in the Sipajhar town of the Darang district of Assam. Now, this is where the eviction drive had taken place 2 days ago, which led to clashes between the people living in the area and the police. A lot of questions have been raised in the media, in social media, and a lot of blame games are on. There are a lot of versions that are available. So we are here on ground to tell you what the truth is. We are going to talk with the people who live here and find out, is this problem a recent one or has this been happening? Have eviction drives taken place in this location earlier as well?
Earlier this year, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma had announced that government lands all over the state will be freed of encroachment. Over 400 bighas or roughly 132 acres of encroached land had been freed in Khojai, Karimganj and Darang districts earlier this year. Nearly 6,652 square kilometer land in Assam is under encroachment, which is roughly twice the area of Goa. And freeing this land will not be easy.
I am right now standing on this 4,500 bighas of land that was freed from encroachment by the Assam administration on Thursday. Now, this is exactly where the clashes had broken out. You can see this entire space. As per the administration, there were dwellings of the encroachers throughout this area, and they were demolished on Thursday.
Most eviction drives in Assam have been conducted peacefully, with due notices given to the encroachers. So why exactly did the drive on 23rd September turn violent? Turns out the villagers had charged at the Assam police personnel with sharp weapons and sticks that eventually resulted in 11 policemen being critically injured. In 2017, the Brahma Committee report had observed a pattern of land encroachment by illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. While as per many media reports, villagers in Dholpur claim they bought the land where they had been living for decades until they were evicted, the indigenous locals have a different story to tell.
लोकल लोगों को ऐसा प्रॉब्लम आता है जो विदेशी आता है ना, वहाँ पे जो हमारा ज़मीन है ना, ज़मीन से पहले ही वहाँ तक एक घर आदमी यहाँ से बैठ लेता है, फिर इसको जो संबंधी का आदमी है ना उसको बुला लेता है, बुला के एक रात में भी ये एक गांव प्रस्तुत कर लेता है ये लोग।
हम लोग का वो रिवर चला गया है, ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर है, उसका सर में वो लोग रातों रात घर बनाते हैं, आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा। अब सुबह हम लोग वहाँ पे हम लोगों का ज़मीन खेत करके आते हैं और पिछले ही दिन आप जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, खाली घर आदमी मिलेगा। तो कहाँ से आता है ये लोग, कौन लाता है? ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात है ना।
In Assamese language, Goru means cow and Khuti means farming. The Assam government had announced the Gorukhoti multi-purpose agricultural project worth Rs 9.60 crore in the 77,000 bighas of government land, huge parts of which had been occupied by illegal immigrants and was later freed in eviction drives. From dairy to agriculture, the people in the Gorukhoti area, primarily Assamese and Nepali, have been practicing dairy and agricultural farming, and with this project, the government aims at involving the local youth in this sector.
Now, about 3 months ago, there was an eviction drive that was conducted on this side of the river, which is on the opposite side of the place where the eviction drive took place 2 days ago. So here the locals said that whoever was indigenous located in this area, they were evicted and they did not really protest much. They shook hands with the administration, they supported them for the rehabilitation, and they left the land they left the land easily. But in comparison to what happened 2 days ago, that is coming off as quite a surprise, where people actually got very aggressive despite several notices that were given to them.
And for the evicted people, the state government said they will be rehabilitated as per Assam government's policy and basic facilities will be provided.
So right after Dholpur, we are headed to the location where the Shiv temple is situated. Now this Shiv temple is supposedly ancient, and even the land of the temple has been encroached upon. So let us go and find out what is the version of the people living there.
As we crossed the tributary of Brahmaputra on a boat to head to the Dholpur hill where the Shiva temple is located, the belongings with which the people must have left lay scattered. However, the problem of illegal encroachment on government lands in Assam is real, and unlike motivated narrative of religious intolerance, it has more to do with land rights, occupation and threat to livelihood.
इतना दिन से हम लोग का जो खुबिया था मन में, क्योंकि हम लोग ने वो झेला है, मतलब वहाँ पे जो भी परिस्थिति है, आज जो भी हो रहा है ना, वो हम लोग का आंखों देखा हाल है। मतलब हम लोगों का क्या क्या वहाँ पे हालत हुआ था। ये गलत मैसेज हम लोगों को सुनने में आ रहा है, बाहर में ये फैल रहा है कि असम में जो है वो मुसलमान को भगाने के लिए ये सब कर रहा है। वो गलत मैसेज है, एक्चुअली वो है ही नहीं ऐसा कुछ। क्योंकि देखिए, आपको एक मैं चीज़ बताना चाहता हूँ, ये जो माइग्रेशन, ये जो एवेक्शन का जो स्टार्ट हुआ हम लोग का यहाँ पे, ये तो शुरुआत है। और हिमंत विश्व सर ने पहले भी बोला था शुरुआत यही से ही होगा, और यहाँ से भी हम लोग का पकल भी बन रहा है। किसी का जो विप्लव होगा यहाँ से ही स्टार्ट हो रहा है। तो ये जो एफेक्शन का जो वो आवाज़ जो है, वो आवाज़ हाईकोर्ट में जिन्होंने अपील किया था वो ही एक मुसलमान ही है। वो मुसलमान आदमी ने ही वो एफेक्शन के लिए पहले बोला था। तो वो मुस्लिम आदमी है, वो हम लोग का लोकल मुस्लिम है। ये जो बोल रहा है ना, बाहर में जो बोल रहा है ना कि मुस्लिम, एक्चुअली वो लोग मुस्लिम तो है, लेकिन वो लोग कहाँ से आया हुआ है वो तो सबको तो जानना चाहिए ना।
During the Assam agitation, Indira Gandhi had visited this area in 1983 and handed over 10 sheets, blankets and relief materials to people who fled various areas and settled in Dholpur. In fact, on 15th February 1983, several people lost their lives in protest against the release of indigenous and government land to intruders in and around Dholpur and Rangamati areas. Years later, these very settlers encroached upon the land and began occupying more farming land that was owned by the local inhabitants who did not necessarily live in the vicinity.
इस जगह में बहुत एक पुराना मंदिर है, धौलपुर शिव मंदिर। उसका आसपास 77,000 जो गवर्नमेंट का ज़मीन है, वहाँ पे 75 से लेके नया पूरा एनक्रोचमेंट हो रहा है। वो जो बोल सकता है बांग्लादेशी बोल, क्योंकि वो लोग आके एसामीज लोगों का जो कल्चर, जो इकोनॉमिकल जो स्ट्रक्चर, जो एसामीज लोगों का जो एक्चुअल ये होता है ना, उसको पूरा बिखर दिया है। और जो असली जो ये लोग एसामीज आदमी का पूरा ये सेंस कर दिया इन लोगों का, इकोनॉमिकल हो, कल्चरल हो।
We were curious to see the Dholpur Shiv Mandir that is now under heavy security deployment due to the frequent eviction drives in this area that pose a threat to the temple.
So if you can see, the settlement is pretty much it's very improper, it is scattered, and this is how they are temporarily living.
The temple is believed to have been established during the 4th century by the Kirat community. When the Raja Narkasur pushed back the Kirat community from Pragyajotishpur Rajya, they established the Shiv temple atop the Dholpur hill. The structure of the temple was destroyed in the 14th century in a natural calamity. As per historians, Ahom kings looked after the temple for a long period, and other Nepali kings were also devotees of the temple.
ये लिंक का ये जो स्पॉट है,
ये स्पॉट है,
इसको बांग्लादेशी ने कुठार से आघात किया था, कुठार से तोड़ दिया था।
ये तो मंदिर अति पुराना, मोटामुटी 5,000 বছৰ আগৰ পৰা এইটো স্থাপিত হৈছে। আমাৰ যেতিয়া এইটো ৰজা মহাৰাজাৰ দিন আছিলে, আপোনাৰ নৰকাসুৰৰ দিনৰ পৰা এই মন্দিৰটো ইয়াত স্থাপিত হৈছিল। স্থাপিত এনেকৈ চলি পুৰণা ঐতিহ্য আৰু আমাৰ যিখিনি হিন্দু সমাজৰ লোক আছিলে সেই মানুহখিনিৰ ইফালে আৰু ইফালে আৰু এখন সৰু পাহাৰ আছিলে আমাৰ হিন্দু পাহাৰ সেইখন বৰ্তমান ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ নদীত যা গৈছে প্ৰায় মৃতপ্ৰায় অৱস্থাৰ পাহাৰখন তাৰপিছত আমাৰ এই পাহাৰখনৰ মন্দিৰটো আমি প্ৰায় 5 কিলোমিটাৰ দূৰৰ পৰা আমাৰ অসমীয়া মানুহখিনি আহিয়ে ইয়াৰ তত্ত্বাৱধান কৰা মন্দিৰখন সুন্দৰ পৰিৱেশত চলাই আছে আৰু আমাৰ মন্দিৰৰ ভূমি আছিলে যথেষ্ট পৰিমাণৰ ভূমি আছিলে আমাৰ যিখিনি অবৈধ বাংলাদেশী আহিল তেতিয়া আমাৰ কংগ্ৰেছ চৰকাৰ আছিল 1983 চনৰ আগত আমাৰ কংগ্ৰেছ চৰকাৰে কি কৰিলে 2-এজনকে বাংলাদেশী আনি ইয়াত ভোটৰ স্বাৰ্থত ইয়াত বসবাস কৰাৰ সৃষ্টি কৰি দিলে
If you can see far behind me, those are the settlements of illegal settlers, the temporary tin sheds and the kind of thatched roofs that they have paid. So this is something that the locals here were showing to us, that whenever there is any eviction drive that is conducted, people leave from various areas and they run in their boats or whatever means they have, and they just scatter all over the place. Now this is located right opposite to the Dholpur Shiv Dham, the same Shiv temple whose area was also encroached upon by illegal settlers for decades now.
As we walked around the hilltop and the cave, the temple caretaker showed us the vast farmlands belonging to the temple that were freed from encroachment and are now being used for agriculture. Earlier, hundreds of farmers had migrated to this area from different parts of Nagaon, Nalbari, Barpeta, Sonitpur and Darang districts and began running their dairy farms. From their profit, they used to take care of the Shiv temple. That is how the Assamese name of the greater area, Gorukhuti, meaning cow farm, came about.
1980 চনৰ পৰা ইয়াতে বাহিৰৰ পৰা বাংলাদেশী মানুহবিলাকৰ প্ৰয়োজন হৈ আহে 1980 চনত মাত্ৰ 37 ঘৰ মানুহেই আমাৰ কাষৰ কিৰাকাৰাত বহিছিল তাৰপিছতেই সেই সময়ত আমাৰ 500 বিঘা মন্দিৰৰ মাটি আছিল এই মন্দিৰৰ মাটিবিলাক 1981 চনত মানে আধা মাটি তেওঁলোকে বেদখল কৰি লৈ যায় জোৰ জলম কৰি তাৰপিছত 1983-84 চনৰ ভিতৰত গোটেই 500 বিঘা মাটি তেওঁলোকে বেদখল কৰি লৈ যায়
But the encroachment on the temple land and it later being freed is not as simple as it sounds. Later, several hundred illegal immigrant families were brought in by the state Congress leaders that formed a base for their vote bank. In February 1983, at the peak of the Assam agitation, miscreants killed the chief priest of the temple, Shiva Das. The encroachers had not only occupied the temple land but had also assaulted the Shivling, marks of which are till date visible.
So the temple premises are right now under renovation and it is being taken care of by Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Now the Shivling has been placed at a safe area right now, and once the construction is complete they are going to install it at the designated location. Until then there is a very high security in this area.
The Assam government has refused to budge. Another order by the Guwahati High Court has called for eviction in Lamding area. The government has maintained that anti-encroachment drives will continue in the state despite several attempts by sections of the media and political parties to give the events a communal color.
How can 27,000 acres of land can be encroached by 2,000 or 3,000 families? People are dying for want of land. The landless people are affected by floods. They are requesting government for land. You cannot do that.
While sinister forces, both in India and outside the country, are working overtime to make it a minority rights issue, the truth is far from that. It becomes pertinent to understand the history of the problem of illegal immigration and land encroachment in Assam. We will bring you more on-ground reports on New India Junction.